There is a special request from my side that during the full Dawah training program, please don't ask certain questions which will take the Dawah training program to a different tangent. For example, if you ask, what are your views about the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria? That requires us to discuss. This is a Dawah training program. Talk about Dawah. It may be indirectly related, I'm aware of it. If you want, we can discuss maybe for half an hour, have a session separate. But don't keep on adding everywhere. Any topic comes, okay, ask on that. Yes, you can ask me on actions. Is it right to kill innocent human being? Then I'll reply. And if we answer, we dais get taken into a different field and they want to trap us. We don't want this training program to be in a different angle altogether. How to reply them is a different technique, which you may have seen some of my tapes. But let's not, any of the sessions, ever in all these 33 days, discuss about particular people, especially about this. And we, unfortunately, we promote such things. And if those who have been on my Facebook, how many of you go to my Facebook regularly? 1, 2, mashallah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, mashallah. 14 out of 19. Alhamdulillah, more than 70%. Did anyone read my post in the beginning of this year? It happened to be coincidental, exactly in the start of this year. 1 a.m., 1st January, somewhere close to 1 a.m., 2016, it was a post on the Facebook, that most of the Muslims unintentionally promote the anti-Islamic forces. Most of us Muslims unintentionally promote the anti-Islamic forces. For example, if I say that I am the President of USA, will you call me Mr. President? Or will you call me the President of USA? And the answer is no. The people or the media will either call me a liar or will call me a lunatic. So when the terrorists who kill innocent people in the name of Islam call themselves Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, why do we agree and call them with that name? Why do we agree that they are ISIS? Why do we agree that they are the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria? We should in fact say that they are anti-Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. AISIS, not ISIS. So if I tell in my innocence, ignorantly, that ISIS killed 10 Europeans who were innocent, that means I'm telling that Islamic State of Iraq and Syria killed 10 innocent people. That means I am promoting and I'm agreeing that Islam allows the killing of 10 innocent people. In fact, I should say the anti-Islamic forces of Iraq and Syria killed 10 innocent people. And unfortunately, not only the Western media, not only the general media, even the Muslim media repeats it. In no way does Islam promote terrorism. In no way does Islam allow the killing of innocent human beings. Allah clearly says in Surah Ma'idah chapter 5 verse number 32, that if anyone kills any innocent human being, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, unless for murder or for spreading corruption in the land, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. And if anyone saves any innocent human being, it is as though he has saved the whole of humanity. If anyone kills any innocent human being, it is as though you have killed the whole of humanity. So when Islam is so clear, and unfortunately, most of the dais also repeat that. So when I say, I'm very careful, and again, I make it very clear that we should not unintentionally and ignorantly promote the anti-Islamic forces. So coming back to the point that as far as this 33-day Dawah training program is concerned, please do not hijack the training program to a different level. Let's talk about Dawah, calling people to Islam. And we as Dai should know, let not people take you away on a tangent so that you lose your focus. So during the training program, see to it that ask questions on the topic of this session. And see to it that even if it's a question related to it, don't get names or ask questions on such things which will take the training to a different angle altogether. Hope that is clear? Clear? MashaAllah. Point number 17. Every day, daily, post-training evaluation sheet will be given to you before the start of the first session. This sheet should be filled by you at the end of each session and shall be completed and handed over after the last session before you leave the auditorium. Every day, there will be a post-evaluation sheet given to you. Normally, it's given at the beginning of the first session. Did you receive it today? Yes. The reason we didn't receive because we didn't want people coming with papers inside. So inshallah, at the end of the first session, you'll get it. There's a post-evaluation sheet in which you have to give your rating and comments on each session. How was the session? Was it fruitful? Was it excellent? Very good, good, fair? The pros, the cons. And it's preferable you write immediately after the session. And before you leave the auditorium, that is the last session of the day, hand it over to the faculty, inshallah. Point number 18. Every day, homework would be given. It's compulsory that all the participants should complete the homework. Point number 19. Every day, each participant would be evaluated. The major criteria for evaluation would be A. Techniques of public speaking. B. Structure and content of Islamic talks. C. Public lecture. D. Techniques of handling the question answer session. E. The debating skills. F. Names with meanings of the 114 surahs of the Quran. G. Memorization of the Quranic verses with translation helpful for dawah. H. Memorization of the verses of the Bible and Hindu scriptures which are helpful for dawah. I. A surprise. J. The question asked. Even the questions you ask, there will be a note made. And we would like to know that depending on the question asked, the instructor can evaluate the passion of the participant, the intelligence level of the participant. So whenever you have to evaluate the questions asked in a classroom to a teacher or by a participant in a workshop or in a training program is a good way of measuring the level of the participant. His interest, his intelligence, his knowledge, his criteria to judge. Has he understood the subject? So based on the question, I can come to know, okay, this person is just a beginner. Okay, he's in the middle, he's in a high level, he's asking PhD questions. Some people just ask PhD questions, they don't know in between. So then he gets caught. He's asking something high level. He doesn't know what is in the second standard, third standard, 10th standard. He's asking a question of post-graduation. That means he's trying to think he's too smart. And he's exposed. So what questions asked is a good way of measuring the intelligence, the passion, and the commitment of the question. So everything that's mentioned here, there'll be an evaluation which will help us in giving marks to the participants. Point number 20. At the end of the International Dawah Training Program, a certificate of participation will be given to only those participants who attend all the 33 days of the training program without missing a single session or a part of a session. If any participant misses even few minutes of any of the sessions, he will not be given the certificate of participation. That's a very important point. The attendance is compulsory and the completion certificate or certificate of participation will only be given to those participants who attend all the 33 days, all the sessions of the days, not missing even a few minutes. For example, one candidate from Saudi Arabia, the visa was delayed. It wasn't for his fault. He said, inshallah, I'll try and come in the next 2 days. Even if I allow him to come, because he's coming late, he will not get the certificate of participation. It wasn't his fault. But the rule is that you have to follow the rule. Yes, I told him that while the training program goes on, the main training starts from the 3rd day. Normally it's on the 2nd day, but I relaxed the full program. And this program, I have relaxed it much more than before. The main thing starts on the 2nd day. This time I've put something in between so that the person comes 1 day earlier, he relaxes. But I told him that if he lands, even day after tomorrow, he has to see 8 hours of both the days. So he catches up with it, then he can attend the 3rd day. So Monday is a holiday. If he reaches maybe on Sunday night or Monday morning, if he makes it, inshallah, he will have to spend the full Monday watching the 16 hours of the training to attend the 3rd day of the training. So attendance is compulsory. Point number 21. Those who excel in the International Dawah Training Program would not be given a certificate of participation, but would be given a certificate of excellence. So there's also a separate certificate known as Certificate of Excellence, and there is no fixed rule that there's only one certificate or 2 or 3. If all 20 are good, inshallah all 20 will get. If 10 are good, 10 will get. If 3 are good, 3 will get. If none are good, none will get. Because we have a standard that if you get a certificate of excellence, you have to reach a certain level. And inshallah, I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that if not all, at least most should get. Inshallah. Last point, amongst the excellent participants, there will be a ranking given as per their performance. So if 5 people get a certificate of excellence, there will be a grading 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. If 2 get, 1st and 2nd. You know why? Why? Why not everyone gets a ranking? Logically, everyone should get, right or wrong? Yes, Brother Shah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
My guess is that those who get the certificate of excellence, in your humble opinion, will be ready to deliver the da'wah on international stage.
Any other answer? No, I believe inshallah all who complete the course would be ready. Yes, Brother Shah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
I think because we don't want to demotivate anyone, but motivate people with the reward. Let's put it that way. It's positive reinforcement.
Don't want to demotivate anyone, want to motivate. Yes, Farik.
Because, for example, if there's a race, so everyone does not get a ranking. There's only 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So there has to be certain importance given to certain people who have strived harder as compared to the rest of the people. So those people who have got excellent certificates, of course, they will be on a different level as compared to the other people.
Yes. So far the best answer, but not hitting the nail on the head. Yes, those who got excellent are better, we know that. Yes, brother. Kamruddin.
As Jannah have rankings, so you're giving some rankings for...
Alhamdulillah. Yes, that is there, but why? Why not the ranking?
Most importantly, I believe you want to choose the best of the best.
Correct. The best of the best get the excellent. That is fine.
So
that is why I give the excellence. But why give ranking only to the excellent and not to the non-excellent?
the ranking on the excellence is maybe they will be under you, then you know where to send them. Maybe the difficult parts of the world, you'll send number one.
The reason is, number one, that when you get a certificate of excellence, says that you are a good dai. Not getting doesn't mean you are not, but it is a certificate from us that inshallah you have performed very well in the training program. Whether you're good or not, Allah knows the best. We cannot comment. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who's the best to judge. You have performed very well, and the chances that you will be able to deliver are very high. So that differentiates between a person who gets a certificate of participation. He participated. He was there in body for sure. Maybe in mind and soul also. What level we don't know. Or he strived hard a lot. He achieved a lot. He may be able to convey the message 10 times more. But when you get a certificate of excellence, that means you have come up to the standard of Islamic Research Foundation or Peace TV. It has a standard. Now, hypothetically, no one does good. Hypothetically. And yet if I give first, second, third, you will say, I came out first. You understood? First, let's become effective dais. International Dawah training program conceived, planned and developed by Dr. Zakir Naik. I came out first. Now, if he doesn't get a certificate of excellence, getting a certificate of excellence is more important than coming out first. Getting both together is the best. Do you understand? If I say a person came out first without certificate of excellence, that means it's Andho mein Kana Raja. In Hindi we say, in our language, that he is a cockeyed king in people who are blind. It's a saying in Hindi. It doesn't sound that way when I translate it. That a person who's a cockeyed becomes a king if he's living in a people who have no vision. Andho mein Kana Raja means people are blind and the person who's a cockeyed becomes a king. So, certificate of excellence is the most important. Even if 10 people get and the person comes out 10th, it's much better than not getting certificate of excellence and getting the highest marks. If the marks are given, suppose, and hypothetically no one gets certificate of excellence, and you come to know, okay, brother Abu Shariz got the highest marks. Hypothetically, he should not be happy. Why? Getting their certificate is more important than getting highest marks. Andho mein Kana Raja. Or maybe out of 20, 15 get. And he comes out to be the 15th. He should be more happy than not getting certificate of excellence and coming out first. Even though it will not be announced who's first, when the marks will be announced, you'll come to know approximately who's first, second, third. So getting the certificate of excellence is more important. And from the certificate of excellence, the person who gets the highest would be mentioned. So if 5 get, we'll say first, second, third, fourth, fifth. If 10 get, we'll mention first, second. So you can say, okay, I came out 5th in this training program. So getting the certificate of excellence is most important. Do you have any questions? Yes, Brother Shah.
During the training, can we address you as Zakir Bhai or Sir, or which is the best way to address you?
I personally don't like anyone calling me sir. I don't like it. It's not haram. It's not haram to call anyone sir. But I personally don't like anyone referring to me as sir. Normally, I'm more commonly called as Zakir Bhai, which is in the language of India, means Brother Zakir. Or in Arabic, you say Akhi Zakir. That's what I prefer. Though I know some of you may be very young. Unless otherwise, because my son is there, you cannot call me brother. But otherwise, generally, if people just call me Brother Zakir, or a person who's elder to me calls me Zakir also, there's no problem at all. And I don't think so anyone is elder here. I mean, the eldest is Brother Kamruddin. And he's younger to me, alhamdulillah. Just for information, I've just crossed 50 years. So if you can refer to me as even Brother Zakir or Zakir Bhai, no problem. That are no problem at all.
My question, Zakir Bhai, is that this is a training program and we have very strict timings. But we are quite nervous because this is the first of its kind of training we are attending, mashallah. If we have questions or we don't understand certain things, because the desire to learn is very high and we are not that, polished background in terms of da'wah, memorization and so on. If there are certain things you teach us and we don't understand, we don't have the grasp, can we interrupt and ask you to repeat and... or how does it go? Or do we meet in the break and ask you those questions if we don't understand, or how do we go about it?
That was discussed in the rules and regulations. That if it's a lecture where notes are not given to you, it's like a lecture. So don't disturb the faculty. Let him finish. If you don't ask, note down. During the question and answer time, you can ask that when you spoke about certain thing, about technique, I could not understand about the gesture. Please, could you repeat? No problem. or if you have any question. If it's a point form note like the one that we had in this session, after every few points, the instructor will give you time. Or even if it doesn't give you time, you can raise your hand because it's a point form note. So either he will tell you, ask the question, or he'll tell you, wait for another few minutes. So if it's a point form note, you can raise your hand in between also. Normally the instructor gives time after every few points. But even if you raise your hand in between, there's no problem at all. He will tell you, just wait, or he'll tell you, okay, what's the question? So don't wait for the break, please. Break time is not for asking questions, because the instructor may not be available. Yes, you can discuss amongst yourselves. The participants should not discuss among themselves during the sessions. In break time, you can discuss. But if you have any question, the best time is to ask during the session, unless the instructor feels that a person is taking too much time and the time is getting short, because of lack of time, then he may tell you, okay, we can discuss maybe in the holiday or in the rest day, etc. Hope that answers the question.
Jazakallah bhai.
Yes, brother.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My question is that when asking question, can we ask while standing or sitting? That's my question, sir.
While asking a question, if you're seated, you can remain seated and ask. If you're on the stage and if you're asked to perform and take a question answer session, that is different. So if you're seated, no need of standing. That is the format in the Western world. And if it's the rule of a session, but here it's not required at all. When you're asking a question, you can be seated and ask a question, there's no problem at all. That is the best.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
I have two questions. One is that on the rules and regulations of this international Da'wah training program, it was stated that the points and the notes will be given to all participants for every of the sessions. Yes, most
80%.
of it. Yes, 80% of it. So would it be possible is that the notes of the next day's sessions be given earlier in order for us to go through it so we have a better grasp of it, better understanding of it? That will be my first question. And my second question will be on the point of the 19th point, where every day each participant will be evaluated and the major criteria, and was stated in one of it is that surprise. What does it mean by surprise? Thank you.
The first question is that if the notes are given in advance, then they can grasp better. What we want you to do after the session, we'll give you homework. Whatever has been done, after hearing and the notes, you will grasp better. Imagine, suppose you don't know medicine. And if I give you how to do surgery, what will you understand? And if you start doing surgery on the notes, you may take a patient and kill him. You understand? So here, the best is paying attention when the instructor is speaking. Now, if you read the notes and you jot down certain points, the mind normally is only focused on that point. You will forget everything else. It may be a point form note. He is going to speak 10 times more than the notes. Because you are focusing on that, the best is when the instructor speaks. See to it that you listen to him attentively. According to me, jotting of the points in the point form notes requires a very small percentage of your time. See, most of you are much listening to me. That's what I like. So the notes, if given in advance, will defeat the purpose. Yes, when you come here, if it's a point form note, we give it to you so that we can be on the same wavelength. And what question you have, you can note it down notepad and ask immediately. Because when I'm saying maybe 5 points in sequence, the note form only gives one line for the first point. The explanation is 5 lines. Many a time, the explanation is covered. And if you don't understand the first point correctly and go to point number 2, and if you read, you may not understand the second point. So best is, with the explanation, you listen. And if there is any difficulty asked during the session itself, and there will be homework given to you. So when you leave the auditorium, there will be a couple of hours homework. There was a homework given to you about 2 weeks in advance. That memorize the 114 names with meanings of the surahs of the Quran. How many people know all 114 very well? Raise your hand. Very well. 1, 2. No, very well. Very well. Names and meanings. Very well. Chapter number 50. Chapter number 50. Halas. You don't know very well. So don't raise your hand unnecessary. Yeah? Now, negative remark. Brother from Nigeria said he knew very well. See, today in the schedule, all was supposed to be prepared with the homework given 2 weeks before. Correct? And one of the homework was 114 surahs names with meanings. So actually when I ask who is well prepared, all 19 should raise their hands. Only 3 raised. First person only knocked out. Surah 80 is which one? Inshallah, we'll take the test. So 3 people raised, 1 I checked, 1 failed. But very well, the time doesn't permit. If I start checking, then I'll lose the time of the break. Inshallah. But good. You should have been prepared with all 114. But to make things easier, what we do, we ask you to prepare for 14 days. Actually, previously it was 1 month's time we give. And first day we don't take up only. What then we'll do? Every day we'll only check first 25 surahs. So those who have not even done the homework well, at least do your homework from today. So today we are not even taking up your 3 minutes prepared speech. We'll take it tomorrow. Correct? Previously it wasn't like that. You gave, you have to be. Now we are making things easy for you so that you get relaxed. Some people may find the situation different. The city of Bombay may be hot or may be polluted. So we want to keep everyone relaxed. So we will spread it out to see to it that even those people who were not able to do the homework, in the next couple of weeks, mashallah, they will be well versed with everything. Unless you're not well versed, inshallah, you'll not leave Bombay. Unless you run away. Yeah? And the second question was, what is surprise? Surprise in English means surprise. Surprise means something you don't expect. So if you're asking me, Brother Zakir, can I come to know what questions will be asked in the test paper? A test paper you can't ask, correct? So that's a surprise. So inshallah, when the surprise comes, you will understand what is a surprise. Inshallah. Any other questions? We'll have a tea break. We are running short. I think we are behind schedule by about half an hour. 40 minutes we're behind schedule. Inshallah, we'll have a tea break for half an hour, inshallah. And we'll resume, inshallah, sharp at 11:35, inshallah. 11:35 we'll resume. So see to it where you had your dinner yesterday. The same place, have your tea and come back within half an hour, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.